109. Your Mother Ate My Dog, the podcast featuring Josh, Jesse, and Kat screaming.
Hello from Jesse and the Cats.
It's probably like a few episodes in between me saying our names. Like, that's a cat. What's I'm going to say? Meow.
Meow. That's what cats say. Cats say meow.
What kind of shoes do you have?
What kind of shoes do I have?
Yes, like obviously for work you have steel toes, right?
I do. Yeah.
So, but like traveling to, maybe not to and from work because you probably wear the steel toes, but if you're going paddling or if you're going to the store, what kind of shoes are on your feet?
If I'm going to the store, usually I'm wearing my Blundstones.
Okay.
When I'm going paddling, sometimes, or most of the time, I wear flip-flops, I guess. Kind of just go barefoot in the boat.
So Blundstones, you don't really have like a running shoe or a...
I have a running shoe that I wear when I like go to the gym or go running, but I
Go to the
don't.
gym?
That's not my normal shoe. What's that?
You go to the gym and run?
I don't run too often. I don't go to the gym too often, although with my paddling club, we're starting a gym session thing once a week because it's getting too cold to paddle.
Jacking up. I get it.
Jacking up. So every Friday that'll happen.
What kind of running shoes do you have? Do you know?
Hoka's?
Yeah. So I'm a mailman and I walk a lot on pavement. Mm-hmm. And so I go through shoes very often. And I'm at the end of my cycle. And I've had Under Armour shoes the past 2 or 3 times. So a year and a half-ish. But I'm looking to branch out. And so I was looking today for a good shoe. It's very stressful, very expensive. But what kind of shoes do you wear? But Hoka's probably, yeah. But they're really expensive.
Yeah. But it's worth it if your job is walking, basically.
Yeah. I could probably spend $200. Because, I mean, they do give me money for shoes, but to spend money on other stuff.
What do you get? How much do you get for shoes?
It's probably like $300 a year.
And how many pairs of shoes do you think you go through in a year? Like 3 or something?
Probably a pair every 6 months. So 2 to 3. This one lasts a little bit longer, I think. Yeah. So
what goes on them?
That's helpful. What?
What goes on them? Like, why do you what makes it so you have to buy a new pair?
The tread is gone. So it's just like flat, and I'm starting to get blisters, and it hurts because there's no cushion.
I see.
They're falling apart. But we're probably going to be striking soon. So do I really want to be spending that kind of money on new shoes right now?
You say that every week. You're going to be striking, and you never do it.
Well, we had a meeting today, and they did not seem very optimistic about get something done. So you heard it here first.
Breaking news. Okay.
Yeah. So off topic. This is our 6th daylight savings time that we've had to go through as a podcast.
Huh.
Well, 6th time change.
Right. I suppose that's true. I wonder if by this time next year we won't be doing daylight savings anymore.
Unlikely.
Perhaps.
It's only one man who can change that, and it was also our first U.S. election, as a podcast. So that's exciting.
Yeah, that went really well.
We're not a political podcast, but I will say that 2016 very surprised. 2024, not surprised one bit.
Mm-hmm.
It happened.
Did.
What's going to happen? Who knows?
Who knows indeed. But the Orange Man has been reinstated.
So many elections recently.
Mm-hmm.
What have you been up to besides voting?
What have I been up to besides voting?
Going to the gym.
Not too much. There was a big
Classic.
windstorm a couple days ago. I guess that was on Monday, was it?
Monday, yeah. I lost my hat.
Yeah. Well, there was a big sort of snafu at my paddling club, and the rope where the rope was attached to like tie down all the boats got torn out of the dock.
Oh.
And all of our boats got flung everywhere, and like 3 of them got pretty badly damaged. And so we're like, half our fleet is out of commission.
Well, what happens? Like, do they go in for repairs, or are they repairable?
Yeah, they are repairable. Yes. Depending on the severity. I myself have not seen the damage. But from what I've heard, they are repairable, and I don't think it's going to take too long, but expensive.
Sure.
And it's not really like a place you take it. It's more like you take it to a person. There's a guy we know that fixes canoes, so that's what he'll be doing. So that was eventful. A bit unfortunate.
To hear that.
Well, that's okay. Yeah. And what else? Nothing much else, honestly. What about you?
Oh, what happened? Nope, nothing.
2 exciting guys hosting a podcast.
It's a 3-day weekend next weekend. It's exciting.
Well, this weekend. Are you one of those?
This weekend, yes. It is close enough to this weekend. Yes. 3-day weekend this weekend, but next weekend is also this weekend. The next weekend.
No. Incorrect. Next weekend is like next after the current one.
Right.
So we're going into the current one. Next weekend is the one after that.
I think we've had this conversation before, but okay.
If it's okay, let's put it this way. If it's Friday, you don't go, oh, what are you doing next weekend? And you're referring to tomorrow.
No, you don't.
So what's different about a Wednesday as opposed to a Friday? Like, what's the cutoff?
I understand your point. But for me, if you said next weekend, I would assume you're meaning this weekend, because who's talking about next? Like, you wouldn't say next. You'd say like a weekend from now.
Whatever.
Okay.
I just made my argument and you agreed with me, basically, so.
Yeah, no, I get it. I understand.
Okay.
The movie of the week.
Yes.
Talented Mr. Ripley, 1999, Matt Damon, Jude Law, Gwyneth Paltrow, Kate Blanchett, Philip Seymour Hoffman. Italian people.
Star-studded.
Yeah, but like they were a young cast.
It's true.
Like Matt Damon was coming off of Good Will Hunting.
Yes.
Not the same Matt Damon we know now. Do you remember Saltburn?
I remember Saltburn.
Well, I didn't realize this before, but this is Saltburn. Saltburn like stole from this movie.
Yeah. There's definitely quite a bit of similarities.
Do you remember Saltburn?
I do remember Saltburn, yes.
I thought it was pretty similar.
Yeah, it definitely is.
But that's not Ripley's fault. Ripley's fault, that's Saltburn's fault.
Ripley's, believe it or not, get that out of the way.
If you liked this movie, there's a TV show on Netflix called Ripley, apparently British. That is a remake, but it's a TV show.
I saw that when I was searching for a way to watch this movie. I was looking at Netflix and I saw this thing Ripley. And I'm like, that must be about this or having to do with this property. I guess it does.
Yeah, or it could be about believing or not believing.
Believing in it or noting. That's true. Are you having your apple cinnamon tea, by the way?
Yeah, but this one's different. It's a different tea. It's more like it's like an antioxidant situation. It's more. It's cinnamony. It's more cinnamony, less appley.
Okay. But still, definitively apple cinnamon.
Yeah. Yeah, I could describe it as an apple cinnamon tea for sure. Most definitely. Okay. You like the movie?
Yes, I like the movie. I went in only knowing, like, I've heard the name of this movie a million times, and I knew that Matt Damon was in it. But beyond that, I knew nothing, which I think is a very good way to go into this movie.
Yeah.
Definitely takes a turn that perhaps I was not seeing, kind of right at the halfway mark, and then kind of just kept going with it. Kind of like Saltburn.
Yes, some unexpected death in both.
Yes, and then this one, especially, some great acting.
Yes.
I thought except perhaps, I mean, maybe not Gwyneth Paltrow's performance as much. My cat is really on one today. I don't know if you can tell. Yeah, Gwyneth Paltrow, I don't know if I loved her performance, but maybe she just stuck out a little bit because everyone else was really quite well done. Quite a good performance, but yeah, really can't complain too much.
Yeah, I mean, she probably was as good as she's ever been or could be. She's not that great of an actor.
Yeah, I guess not. I mean, when I think of her movies, she did Shakespeare in Love, which is a pretty good movie. And of course, as everyone knows, she was in Shallow Hal.
Right.
Which is a superb film.
Jack Black.
What else has she been in?
She was the head in the box in 7.
Right. She was the head in the box in 7. It's true.
She's Goop.
She's Goop?
You don't know Goop?
She's Goop?
Okay. Well, let's look up Goop. It's a wellness and lifestyle brand and company founded by Gwyneth Paltrow.
Oh. Is that like the one with the candles? The scented candles? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I know what you're talking about.
Goop.
It was a weird sort of an adroit subject change. And you confused me because we were talking about movies and then you said she's Goop.
Well, she's known for Goop, yeah.
I thought maybe that was a character she played in some sort of kooky comedy.
No. Yeah. Jude Law, we've seen this before where like an actor will only be in half the movie and then he'll get like a Best Supporting Actor nomination.
Mm-hmm.
Jude Law, Best Supporting Actor nomination for this. Swinging for half the movie. Matt Damon did deserve a little bit more, I think.
Both quite excellent, I thought. And Matt Damon played an expert manipulator, which is what Barry Keoghan did in Saltburn.
Same movie. I think I've lost a little bit of respect for Saltburn now.
Yeah. Bunch of dirty thieves, really.
Yeah.
This movie also, my guess is like the director maybe really likes Italy or something. Because this makes me really want to go to Italy.
His name looks Italian.
It does, but I looked it up and I think he's just British. Or maybe he just happens to be born in Britain or something. Maybe he is of Italian descent.
Yeah, he's British. He died in 2008.
Hmm.
He did Cold Mountain.
Yeah, he didn't do too many movies. He did Cold Mountain. He did The English Patient, I think I saw.
Yeah.
But yeah, he really made Italy a charming place I would want to go. Maybe not to get murdered.
Right.
And also, I liked that there was a lot of, more so at the beginning, or the first half, when Jude Law was around, was the jazz.
Mm-hmm.
And the vinyl records and the jazz bars and stuff. I liked that part a lot. The music, just kind of in general, was good.
Changed to opera once he died.
It
Some
did.
opera there.
And boy, that made me want to go and see an opera, too. That was, I mean, the 3 minutes of opera that we saw was quite beautiful.
Yeah,
and
tears.
Yeah. And yeah, it was a nice movie to look at.
Yep. Yeah, even like the scenes against the water were beautiful. I don't know how real like the boat scene when there's like nothing around.
Yeah.
I don't know if they actually went out in the middle of the ocean, or the sea. But yeah, very nice.
Mm-hmm.
Great movie.
Yeah. And yeah, just a lot of like interesting characters. That, I mean, I always also love seeing Philip Seymour Hoffman. I don't think I've ever seen him give a bad performance. And even, he didn't have much screen time in this film, really. Maybe like 10 minutes total or something like that. But he played that character well.
Mm-hmm. Freddie.
Yeah. I would say probably something that maybe was a downside to this film was how, like, how he kept having to kill, and he ended up killing, like, 3 people? Did it end up being?
Yes, I think so. Yeah, Freddie, Dickie, and the guy at
Peter.
the end, Peter. Yeah.
Yeah. And then, like, all the lies, and I think by the end, in reality, he would have been caught, I think. I started being like, okay, like, surely at this point he's going to be caught, and people keep believing him and keeps getting away with it. So I think it was less, I started going from like, oh, this guy's like a genius and he's really creating a convincing lie, to more like, oh, I think maybe the people around him are kind of stupid.
Well, I think the first two, he got away with pretty good, smartly. But the last one, he killed the dude on a boat.
Yeah.
It's like, I think it was the end of the game.
Yeah,
for
probably.
him.
Yeah.
And I think he kind of knew that, which is how it ended. No talented Mr. Ripley 2.
Yeah. No, certainly not. And he only seems to kill gay/bisexual men.
Well, that was also an interesting concept. 1999. I don't know how much of this we're seeing. This is also a novel from 1955. So
really?
Yes. So I don't know if that. I guess it must have been in it. But I didn't really see the homosexual turn. To like, I wasn't looking at him through that lens, I guess, until Peter. Like, I totally missed the whole. He's in Dickie Greenleaf. Like he calls him a brother, right? He's like,
yeah, that's true.
But I think, yeah, he saw him, maybe he wanted to see him more as a lover than a brother. But
yeah, because there was that scene when they were like playing chess, and Dickie's like in the tub, and Tom is, not. But then there's like a tiny bit of sexual tension, but then I wasn't sure if Tom was just doing that as a way of like manipulation, or if that was like something he was actually wanting to pursue to some extent or whatever. But I think also I guess what was holding him back a bit was that Dickie was a bit of a tough person to like, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Like, especially Gwyneth Paltrow's character put it well, like when he's looking at you and like you have his attention, like everything is amazing and like everything's perfect. But when he's kind of like done with you, then it's like he hates you, sort of thing.
Yes, I don't know what Dickie wanted from Tom, but I think I know what Tom wanted from Dickie. I don't think Dickie wanted that.
Didn't seem like it. No.
He just wanted to like, I don't know if manipulate, but
kind of use him a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know. He was kind of like, oh yeah, he's fun and fun to have around, but that didn't last very long. But I think that's just part of his personalities, is he doesn't keep focus on one person for a long period of time.
Right.
And then what made, I guess, the ending more tragic was like, I think Tom really did have feelings for Peter, and Peter was reciprocating those things. But since Peter found him out, he had to kill him. So, which made the ending a bit heavier, but it was kind of a good ending. Like, not good as in like everything turned out for the good, but like good as in like well done, sort of thing.
Yeah, the ending wasn't like an ending. It was just a kind of a high point in action-wise, and then it ended. And I like those endings. And I guess Cate Blanchett's character was a loose end that ended up blowing it all up for him, which was interesting.
Yeah, and I also really like Cate Blanchett's character.
Yeah.
I was kind of like rooting for her. She was really innocent and had a lot of charm, and yeah, she played that character really well. So
yeah, I didn't think there was gonna be much of her at the beginning when we saw her at the train station or whatever.
But
then she appears back again, and great.
Yeah.
Very confusing. The whole, I'm Dickie, no, I'm Tom. You're Dickie, no, you're Tom.
And I think this is what I saw, like right at the very end when Tom goes into Peter's, where he's staying on the boat or whatever. And he says something like, what are people going to think about Dickie and Peter together? Like, I think does he slip up there and say Dickie instead of Tom? I think is what happened. Yeah. I did like that part. It's like, I did like, because I the whole time I was thinking, like, when is he going to slip up and accidentally say the wrong thing? Because it gets really, I mean, that's just kind of proof of what lying does. You have to like go down all these rabbit holes, and then you have to keep track of everything, and eventually it's going to,
Yeah. But he didn't seem like he noticed. He didn't notice or really like care that he did that.
Yeah, it was kind of like, what do you mean? But then Tom played the sort of vulnerable card and sort of kind of weaseled himself out of it.
Yeah, what's in my basement?
Right. Talented guy.
Yeah, they went to San Remo, which is, I think, where they make the tomatoes.
Right. Really canned tomatoes.
Yeah. Dickie Greenleaf, what a great name.
Dickie Greenleaf, yes.
Philip Baker Hall, the old man, like the private eye guy. He's a great actor as well.
Yeah. And I also liked at the beginning where at first I thought Tom was falling for Marge.
Gwyneth.
And that's, I guess, maybe just part of his game, or maybe he was briefly into her, or I don't really know. It's tough to say.
I think he's a young man, that Tom Ripley, and doesn't really know what he wants.
Yeah, I think that's it.
5 Oscar-nominated nominations for this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Supporting actor, Jude Law. Adapted screenplay. Best original score. The music was pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Production design and costume design, because this took place in the 50s. 59, I believe, was the date of the suicide note.
Mm.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good movie. It kind of reminded me a little bit of Catch Me If You Can.
Mm.
Leonardo DiCaprio, just like the time periods and the way that Matt Damon was kind of manipulating people.
Yeah.
In I'm This Guy. So that was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jude Law, what a guy.
What a guy. I can't really think of too many films he's been in. Like, he was in the Fantastic Beasts movies, and he's in the Sherlock movies. The 2 movies that there are. What else has he been in?
Yeah, he was in Sherlock Holmes and Sherlock Holmes Game of Shadows. He was in the romantic comedy The Holiday.
I haven't seen that.
He was in Side Effects. I'm sure he's been in more of like romantic movies.
Mm.
But he was nominated for Best Actor for Cold Mountain, which was the other movie that the guy did. Cold Mountain, Australia. Yeah, no, he's been in stuff.
Yeah,
people know him. He's like the Hugh Grant of being British.
He's like the Hugh Grant of being British. But Hugh Grant is British.
He has 7 children. Well, yeah, but like you think of Jude Law, you think of Hugh Grant, right?
Okay. He has how many children?
7.
That's a lot of children.
Yeah, I don't think it's just with one person as well.
He's a Flusy?
He's in another movie that I have on my list to watch called Existence.
Right.
That's also a 1999 movie, Cronenberg. So he did that. Willem Dafoe, oof, that's coming. That movie and Mr. Ripley in 99. He's in AI, Artificial Intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
Spielberg, Haley Joel Osment movie. That'd be good. Should watch that one.
Lots of movies to be watched.
Yeah, he's in the Grand Budapest Hotel.
Oh, that's right.
He has a small part in that.
Yeah.
He's still making movies.
Still doing his thing.
2023, Peter Pan and Wendy. He played Captain Hook.
Interesting.
Matt Damon lost 30 pounds for this role.
That's a little odd. Like, what about this role specifically did he need to lose weight?
Maybe to be more vulnerable, not look as buff for the role, for like the character. It's also his favorite movie he's ever done.
It's probably
himself.
I mean, I do like Matt Damon as an actor. He's quite. Yeah. I mean, he's good in pretty much everything I've seen him in. So this is definitely no exception. Yeah, he's good in The Martian. He's good in
Good Will Hunting.
Good Will Hunting. He's good in the Bourne movies.
Who was he in the Bourne movies?
That's just some guy, but he was in every one except the Jeremy Renner one.
Right. The director wanted Tom Cruise for the role.
Yeah, that wouldn't have been as good, I don't think.
They both Jude Law learned to play the saxophone, and Matt Damon learned to play the piano for this.
Oh, so that was actually them playing.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if that was actually them singing.
Only Matt Damon singing "My Funny Valentine," which wasn't that long.
Right.
Jude Law also had to learn how to sail for the role.
Of course, you can't put them on a fake boat. You got to have them actually sailing on the water.
Yeah, just sell the character. Ooh, I have a very interesting fact for you.
They used real semen.
Are you ready? No, they did not use real semen for this one.
Okay, that was the last one.
But yeah, that's good. So after seeing the film, a young man by the name of Tommy Wiseau was so emotionally moved that he vowed to make a film just as, if not more, compelling. So he made The Broom.
I thought Tommy Wiseau was inspired by James Dean, but I mean, talented Mr. Ripley.
He saw the talented Mr. Ripley and was like, "I need to make a film just as good."
And
So
in some ways, he's succeeded.
Oh, hi, Mark. Yep.
Yeah, it's a great movie.
Should rewatch that too. That should be the last film.
I feel like that's a one-off. Also, I feel like that movie, like if you just watched it at home, like by yourself, would suck.
Yeah, you need somebody else there for sure. Hopefully, somebody who's never seen it before.
Yeah.
Or in a theater full of people throwing spoons. Wait, is that spoons?
It was spoons. Yeah. Yeah. And people shouting, "Where are we?" as they pan over a different city each time.
Right. Wow.
Pretty good.
Anything else you want to add to the Talented Mr. Ripley episode 109?
I don't think so. I'm excited to, now that I've watched it, I watched it tonight. Mm-hmm. It's definitely a movie I would recommend. There's a couple of friends I have at work that are into movies. And it's nice having friends that you can like tell them about a movie to watch, and then they'll be like, there's a good chance they'll actually watch it if you recommend it. And so I have a couple of friends like that, so I would recommend this one.
2 hours and 20 minutes. It didn't seem that bad.
No, definitely not. Not a slog at any point. At every moment, I was curious what was going to happen next. So,
wow, looking forward to your scores, which we can get to now.
Let's do it.
I'm going to start with acting. I agreed with Paltrow, maybe not the top of the game here, but I didn't like. She still did very well. Kate Blanchett, loved it. Even like the Italians who played like the police officers, and like the lady who didn't speak a single word of English, like the landlady or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Great acting all around. Jude Law, I don't know who he lost to. I'm not going to look it up. Best Supporting Actor in '99. I'll look it up. But he was great. Loved Jude Law. Matt Damon, great. I'm going to give acting a rare 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10 for acting. Philip Seymour Hoffman, Philip Baker Hall.
Yeah. No, the acting was excellent, for sure. And to pick Gwyneth Paltrow's performance, I mean, obviously not perfect, but that is sort of, it's reaching a bit to say like, oh, that was a bad performance. It was, not everyone could be perfect, I think. And so, yeah, I think I agree with you. Acting a 9.
It's funny that, okay, so the 1999 Academy Awards, the one before the 2000 Academy Awards, which was where this movie ended up, Gwyneth Paltrow won Best Actress for
Shakespeare in Love. Yeah.
Kate Blanchett. Kate Blanchett also nominated. She played Elizabeth. She played Queen Elizabeth the First in Elizabeth. Meryl Streep. She beat Meryl Streep. And I don't think I've seen that movie.
No, me either.
Oh, it's a Harvey Weinstein production. Okay, 2000 Academy Awards. Oh, Michael Caine for The Cider House Rules. Tom Cruise, Michael Clarke Duncan for Green Mile. Jude Law, Haley Joel Osment in The Sixth Sense. All lost to Michael Caine.
What did Tom Cruise get nominated for?
Magnolia.
Okay.
That's a movie I've also not seen, but Philip Seymour Hoffman and Philip Baker Hall, both in that. Man, what a good year for Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Yeah.
How do you like the ending?
I also liked the ending. I mean, part of like the problem that I was saying about the last maybe like half an hour, like I started not really believing that he could have fooled all these people. I mean, he didn't really fool Marge, but nothing really came of that. No one like really believed her.
Because she's a woman in the 50s.
Yeah. I guess that's true. But yeah, it all started just becoming a little too convenient, and I was starting to like not believe it as much. So that would be kind of like my only gripe. But I did like the tragedy kind of the ending, and then not really knowing what was going to happen. But I guess we could probably pretty easily figure it out. You know, you could guess. But still, I mean, it was a solid ending. I think I'd give the ending an 8.
Okay. So what I assume happened was he like strangled him.
Yeah.
And then threw him overboard.
Yeah, or
like where do you put his body? And Peter's a bigger guy than he is.
Yeah.
But facts. Yeah, I mean, it worked out for Tom Ripley. He got all, like most, if not all, of Dickie's money.
Yeah.
Meredith was the only one that kind of ruined it for him. But I like the endings where it's not just like a cookie cutter ending. This is it for them. It was because the twist was like it looked like it was going to be a happy ending for Tom, and then it got flipped upside down right at the end.
Yeah,
which I liked. I didn't find it unbelievable that everybody else is stupid. They can't figure out that he's doing all this stuff. It's the 50s. I don't know.
Sure, people were stupider back then.
I'm going to give the ending an 8.5.
Okay.
But if you had to score the movie out of 10 as a whole, what do you think you'd give it?
I'm torn between an 8 and an 8.5, I think. Super enjoyable movie. The acting very good. I was like never bored, always curious what was going to happen. Time flew with this one. Yeah, I really liked it. I think I would go an 8.5.
You could give like 8.25 if you want. 8.3, 8.1, it doesn't matter. There's no rules here. 8.5. Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm hesitant to give it an 8. Well, it's probably on the same. Yeah. It was really good movie. Surprising. There were twists and turns I didn't see coming. Very iconic scene of Matt Damon hitting Jude Law. Apparently, Jude Law broke a rib in that scene too. Poor guy. Yeah, really strong film all around. I mean, I gave Do the Right Thing 8.75, and I feel like this movie and Do the Right Thing are pretty up there. So I'm going to give it 8.75 out of 10. Not to upstage you, but
that's a high score for you.
Yeah, it's up there. It's up there for sure. Yeah. That's the talented Mr. Ripley. Yeah, maybe I. Oh, I also gave Everything Everywhere All at Once 8.75.
You ever given
And
anything a 9?
that's, yeah, being John Malkovich.
Really?
Yeah, I guess I
Okay,
really like that movie.
I guess so.
But yeah, that's it. A lot of 8.5s. Peanut Butter Falcon though, really good.
Yeah.
But yeah, 8.75. I feel good. I feel good. You gave Tetsuo the Iron Man 9.5. But
Yeah. 100%. That movie is amazing.
oh, you just thought it was 97.5% amazing.
I just what?
No, you just thought it was. You didn't think it was 100%. You thought it was
Well, no. I mean, you
97.
can't give movies. I can't give out a 10. It would have to be. It's not very
The
many.
Bible of movies.
Right.
Okay. That is the. I probably won't watch Ripley. But I've heard good
Okay.
things. My parents keep being like, "You should watch it." And I'm like, "It's a British show. I don't know. Who cares?
Yeah.
Maybe one day. Not today." The Talented Miss Ripley done 110 episode. You're up next. Do you have anything for us
I do.
that you want to share?
Yes, I do. We watched a movie called Ghost Dog, The Way of the Samurai,
Yeah.
which was directed by someone named Jim Jarmusch, whose movies have always intrigued me, but I've never seen any of them except now Ghost Dog. And so I think I want to delve a little deeper into some Jim Jarmusch.
What a name.
Yes, so I'm going to pick. I'm trying to. Actually, no, he has been in one of the episodes we did. Johnny Depp, the old Deppster.
Sleepy Hollow.
Sleepy Hollow. That's the one we watched. We're going to watch Dead Man.
95. Dead Man. Okay. It's a 1975 American acid western film.
Yes.
What does that mean? I don't know.
That's a genre I've never heard of until you said it just then. I don't know too much about it, except that Johnny Depp is in it and is directed by Jim Jarmusch.
Do you know anybody else in the movie?
I think Crispin Glover is in it as well.
Yep, Crispin Glover. Your best friend Crispin is in it. Billy Bob Thornton also in it.
Ah.
Another fan of the podcast.
Do you remember the Crispin Glover movie we watched on the podcast?
Yeah, it was something weird. Well, you wanted to do like the buddy cop one. Did we do the buddy cop one? The buddy movie?
No. The movie that we've seen with him in it is Charlie's Angels.
Oh, right. We haven't done another one.
No. But we will now.
Dead Man.
Dead Man. Dead Man tell no tales.
Okay, great. Let's see. Oh, it's psychedelic western. Like at 2 hours. The budget was 9 million. Box office was 1 million.
Yeah, box office smash. A lot of people really love Jim Jarmusch. And I mean, I think we liked Ghost Dog enough. I'd probably give it like a 6 or a 6.5 or something like that, if I were to guess.
You gave it a 6.75.
There you go. What did you give it?
7. So
that's pretty good for us.
This movie has a high IMDb score, 7.5 out of 10. 69% Rotten Tomatoes.
Right.
It's not available to watch anywhere unless you have Apple TV.
Awesome. Well, we like those. We like finding movies that we have no way of watching. It's not even on YouTube?
Oh, I don't know.
That's what I had to watch The Talent of Mr. Ripley that way. Spend $4.99. Watch it on YouTube.
Well, if you just want to, just ask me, and I can find you how to watch it.
You can watch it on YouTube. It's actually free on YouTube.
That's what I
It
like to
looks
hear.
like it. Dead Man 1995 full movie 720 Johnny Depp with subtitle. Please subscribe and share.
Ooh, that's us subscribing and sharing.
You always got to check is to make sure. Yep, all the comments are positive. Sometimes you can click the video and quickly look at the comments and see if it's like quality was terrible or oh, this was not what I wanted at all. But nope, seems legit.
It's in black and white.
Yes, it is. Was Ghost Dog in black and white? No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't.
Yeah, the quality doesn't look bad for a YouTube video.
That's great.
Doable. Certainly doable. Hey, that guy looks familiar. That guy was also in Ghost Dog.
Oh yeah, the guy. I think you're talking about the guy who's like on the roof. Oh,
Yeah, the roof
frickin' roof guy. Frickin' what's his nuts is in it?
Gary Farmer.
What's that guy's name? That's a famous man.
Billy Bob, you said.
No. The guy who plays. I was like, what is it? Something Hurt.
Oh, William Hurt.
John Hurt. John Hurt.
Is there a William Hurt?
That sounds familiar.
Who's John Hurt?
John Hurt. When you see him, you'll know.
Oh yeah, okay.
Played the Elephant Man, and he also is in V for Vendetta.
He's also in Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. No, Philosopher's Stone. Who does he play in that?
He's in the Philosopher's Stone. He plays Ollivander.
Oh. So he's probably in more than just that one.
Yes, he's in. He's not in all of them, but he's in like maybe 3 or 4 of them.
Yeah, because why do you need more wands, you know?
Yeah. He's definitely in the first one, and he's definitely in the last one. Or it's either the last one or the second to last one. But anyway. And he's in freaking Alien.
Sure, yeah. Okay, Dead Man, next week. Oh wait, or do I mean this week?
See what you did.
Yeah, we should be 13th, yeah. Sure, sounds good. I have no plans.
Okay, awesome.
Great.
Successful episode. If you haven't seen this film, I recommend it.
You ever watch Deal or No Deal?
Yes.
I don't know if I've told you this, but we got a new TV recently, and there's a whole Deal or No Deal channel. So that's kind of what's on in the background sometimes. And sometimes I will also just go on my browser and search Deal or No Deal online, game, or whatever. And there's a MSN game where you can play.
Mm-hmm.
You can pick a case and then go through the whole game. And it's fun. I was going to make you play today, but it's not really an easy way to do it.
No, and it would take a while. I mean, there's like 30 cases or whatever it is.
It's 26 cases. It's like rapid fire.
Yeah,
but I think what I do is have to like show you the cases and then cross them off myself.
Mm. There's a whole Deal or No Deal channel?
Yeah, it just plays Deal or No Deal in like random episodes. It's not even in order. They have Deal or No Deal in other countries. So there's like a South African one.
Mm.
There's a British one.
They're not the same. I remember when that show first came out or whatever. I'm not sure when that show started. My guess is like 2000. 2007 or 2008 or something would be my guess.
Probably even earlier than that. I'll look up.
And I remember there was a Flash game where it was called Meal or No Meal. And basically it was the same thing, but it was like with different levels of food. I remember playing that a lot.
2005.
2005. Okay. A little off. Just a couple years.
It only ran for 8 seasons.
And yet they have enough material for a whole channel.
Yeah. And then they brought it back. So there's like new ones on like HD ones, which is cool. But that's my life.
Dealing and no dealing. Okay, well, I think that's it for episode 109. What do you think?
Yeah, I think that's the end of the episode. Thank you so much for listening. Tell your friends. Watch the movie, Talented Miss Ripley. It's worth it.
Yeah.
And watch Dead Man, Johnny Depp, Billy Bob Thornton, and come back. And then we'll talk about it, and then you can listen to it.
Yeah, we can all discuss it together. You can come into the live chat, and we can all have a little discussion.
That would be so fun.
Yeah.
8:45, Wednesday night. Okay. Yep.
Yep. See you later.
Toodaloo.